Be warned, this video will contain spoilers. When Reacher walks into Zachary Beck's home in Season 3, Episode 1, he's immediately met with an unusual sight. Someone who actually makes him look small. Paulie's sheer size is enough to give anyone pause, but rather than being intimidated, Reacher does what he does best. He sizes him up, breaks him down, and takes control of the situation before Paulie even realizes what's happening. The moment Paulie begins searching him for weapons, Reacher delivers a brutal verbal jab, sarcastically asking if he expects to find HGH and a hypodermic needle. It's a calculated insult, a way of telling Paulie that his size is artificial, that he's not naturally strong but chemically enhanced. And if there's one thing Reacher despises, it's the idea of someone relying on shortcuts rather than earned strength. Reacher doesn't just accuse Paulie of juicing, he undermines him completely. This is a man who's used to his size being his biggest asset. But Reacher immediately takes that away from him with a single remark. When Paulie later tries to assert dominance by challenging Reacher to a bench press contest, he's already lost. Reacher doesn't play by Paulie's rules. Instead of engaging in a pointless show of strength, he humiliates him in the most Reacher way possible, by making Paulie punch himself. It's not just a funny moment, it's a statement. Brute force means nothing when it's not paired with intelligence, and Reacher's message is clear. Paulie may be big, but he's not in control. Neagle's reaction to Paulie only adds to the humor of the situation. When Reacher comments that Paulie is even bigger than him, she fires back with a perfectly timed joke about Mount Rushmore. It's a subtle reminder that Reacher himself is often seen as a giant, and has spent a lifetime hearing remarks about his own size. But unlike Paulie, Reacher owns his presence without ever needing to justify it. This history of being on the receiving end of height-based comments has undoubtedly given him an arsenal of sharp-witted comebacks, and is not afraid to use them to undermine Paulie's sense of superiority. But this isn't just about insults. The real significance of Reacher's verbal jabs is how they reflect the challenge Paulie presents. In the Jack Reacher books, Reacher is primarily a man of action, but here, he's using psychological warfare before even throwing a punch. That alone tells us that Olivier Richter's Paulie is a serious threat. If brute force alone were enough to take him down, Reacher wouldn't need to play these mental games. Instead, we see him strategically working to shake Paulie's confidence before the real fight even begins. This raises the stakes for what's coming next. We know that when Reacher finally does fight Paulie, it won't just be about size or strength. It'll be about who can outthink the other. And with Reacher already inside his opponent's head, it's safe to say Paulie's days of feeling invincible are numbered. But what do you think? Will Paulie end up being one of Reacher's toughest opponents yet? Or is he just another overconfident brute waiting to be taken down? Let's talk about it in the comments.